This time Albright with AVNation with the road to CEDIA Expo. CEDIA Expo 2022 happens the 29th of September through the 1st of October. And with us to talk about Crestron's booth is Mr. Michael Short. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Tim. Nice to be here. Appreciate it.
Nice to see you, sir. We'll see you in Dallas. Your booth, 16017 is where we will find Crestron once again at CEDIA Expo. Michael, we walk into the Crestron booth, and what will we find this year?
We're so excited to be back. It's been 7 years since CEDIA, so for us, this is huge. And with COVID killing the last 2 years when we were supposed to be back at the show, this is an amazing time for us. So what are you going to see? There is a ton of new and exciting products and solutions this year. The whole booth is powered by the Crestron Home operating system. The very first time the OS has ever been showed at CEDIA. So there's going to be a ton of people at the show, and the huge booth that we have is going to be completely powered by the OS. So there's a few cool things that we're putting on this year. There's going to be quite a few operating system updates that we're going to showcase for the first time. Some new features for lighting coming in, and other sort of exciting software updates that are coming to the platform. So that's pretty big for us, and they're going to be all over the booth in different areas. So as you walk through, you'll get to experience some of that cool stuff. We released a new product a month or so ago called the DIN AP4R. This is our DIN rail processors. And now the product's the product, it's a Crestron Home processor, but the exciting part that we're going to be showcasing at the show for the first time is how you can use that processor to bring multi-processor support into Crestron Home. And there's a full demo of how that will work, how you connect many processors into the operating system, and how you can scale and be more flexible with your deployments, so making it a bit easier for our dealers to go and deploy jobs and scale jobs. So that's a really, really cool area of the booth for us this year. We have an entire entertainment everywhere solution where you're going to be able to do race our Formula One cars. You're going to be able to come and see how you can submerge yourself in audio and video with Crestron Home. We've got some new speakers that are coming out. So a whole area based around speakers, NAX, and entertainment. So you've got to get yourself over there to come and race the Formula One car and experience that immersive sound. We're also, for the first time ever at any of our shows, this is whether it was our next events or at CEDIA or at other events, we have an entire health and wellness area within the booth where we're talking about how we can connect all of the elements of Crestron technology, partner technology, and how those elements come together to support clients and their health and wellness. So how can we help with circadian lighting? How can we help with sleep? How can we help with security and power management? So a really, really cool area that you'll be able to immerse yourself in a health and wellness solution through the platform. And then a couple of other things. It's a massive booth. We've got tons going on. We've got an entire light fixture area where we're going to focus on the new product that is the fixtures, but how that works with Crestron Home, looking at circadian cycles, looking at solar sync, looking at how these fixtures can work for the dealers and how they can configure them. So really exciting lighting area. And again, first time ever at the show, we're looking at how you can use Crestron Home for multi-dwelling units, how the platform can scale, how to do that, what that means for the dealers, what that means for the developers and architects. And we're going to be going through this really cool demonstration of what we can offer to a dealer, what we can offer to an architect and designer, what we can offer to the developer. How do you scale from 1 unit to 500 units? And then how do we connect with our partner Bodhi to offer some really cool features for the consumer, things like Airbnb mode. So if you live in the apartment but you will have guests coming, how can you give them access to Crestron Home without having to give away the whole system? Some really great solutions, awesome stuff going on. You could come and spend half a day in the Crestron booth. That's how much we've got going on this year. So we're super excited about it.
Yeah, we could talk all day about each one. Really quickly, you guys are 16017. You mentioned the DIN rail processors. For folks who aren't familiar with that specific type of maybe connectivity and mounting solutions, what exactly does DIN rail give Integrators, what does it give dealers, but also what does it give the homeowners?
Well, essentially, this has been a solution that the dealers have wanted for years because within residential jobs, lighting comes first. And previously, if you weren't using a Dinwell mounted processor, you're probably having to do the lighting, wheel in the whole rack, with ton of kit in there that at that stage of the job, you really don't want to have the AV rack really going into the home. So this is bringing to the dealer the opportunity to go in, get the lighting done at the beginning of the job, at commissioning phase, get lighting in, lighting working, and get it on the system with Crestron Home. So the environmental elements, you could add your lighting, you could add your HVAC, all these elements that would go in at a really early phase of the job. And then later on down the line, using maybe the CP4R, you could configure all the automation and AV away from the job, and at the right time, then bring that into the system and simply pair the two processors together, and it automatically brings them both to be one Crestron Home solution. So that flexibility of being able to get the lighting done at the early stage and not have to worry about the rest is the huge added benefit. It also adds, you can scale 2 processors, 3 processors, you can go bigger and bigger and bigger with the system size, but we're really talking about how this gives the dealers the flexibility to get in early, get the lighting done and get the environmental sorted, and then bring the rest of the system on further down the line. So it's really just that flexibility and supporting the dealers on the job to be able to do this as they would in their process for a normal home. If that makes sense.
You can check that out. You'll see Michael and the Denreel and everything else. 16017 Michael, not everybody's going to CEDIA, but if they don't and they want to follow along with everything that Crestron is doing, how can they do that?
Head to the website, crestron.com. Follow us on all our socials. We're taking over the Crestron social accounts during the show, so you'll see a ton of video content, a lot of information. Make sure you check out all the press because we've got a ton of press interviews and videos with many, including you, Tim. So there'll be lots of information out there. But hit up the website, follow our socials for a ton of information to see what's missing. And post the show, we're going to be releasing a ton of content as well for those who couldn't make it. So if you can't make it, we will make sure that you're up to speed for sure.
All right, very good. 16017, where you'll find Michael and Crestron. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as we also head to CEDIA Expo 2022, the 29th of September through the 1st of October. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.